One night, you come home tired in a way that is hard to explain. Not tired like I need a nap. Tired like your brain has been chewing glass all day. Your phone is almost dead. There are dishes in the sink. The house is quiet, but not peaceful. Just quiet. And then, from the corner of the room, something small hears you come in. And suddenly, you are not completely alone anymore. And then you hear it, tiny steps, a tail hitting the wall, a soft meow from the hallway, a little body moving toward you like you are the whole event of the evening. Nothing has been fixed. Your problems did not disappear. Your bank account did not improve. Your childhood wounds did not suddenly become a motivational quote with a sunset background. But something changes. The room feels less hostile. That is weird, right? A creature that does not understand your taxes, your job, your failed relationship, your anxiety, your weird fear of opening certain emails, somehow walks into the room and your body says, okay, maybe we can survive tonight. Why? Why does this work? Why do humans keep bringing animals into their homes, feeding them, naming them, talking to them, sleeping near them, grieving them, arguing with them, like they are tiny roommates with fur and no rent? And before you say, because they're cute, sure, they are cute, but cuteness is not enough. Cuteness explains why you smile at a puppy video. It does not explain why a grown person keeps an old collar in a drawer for years. It does not explain why someone whispers secrets to a cat that looks mildly disappointed in them. It does not explain why one dog can make a lonely apartment feel like home. So here is the uncomfortable little idea I want to sit with today. Maybe we do not need pets because they are adorable. Maybe we need them because they touch a very old part of us that modern life keeps starving. Stay with me here, because this is where it gets strange. By the end, I think you may look at your pet differently. Or, worse, you may look at your own loneliness differently. Before I go any further, comment the name of the first animal that ever made you feel understood. Just the name. Don't explain yet. A name is enough. Sometimes a name already carries the whole story. Now let's go back, way back. No apartment, no couch, no pet store, no cute little bowl with a bone printed on it. Picture a cold night thousands of years ago. Real cold, the kind that gets into your fingers and stays there. You are standing near a fire. Smoke is in your eyes. Someone nearby is cutting meat with a stone tool. A child is coughing. The dark outside the firelight feels alive. And you are human, which sounds impressive now, but back then it was a risky career choice. You are not fast enough to outrun everything. You are not strong enough to fight everything. Your teeth are not scary. Your claws are embarrassing. A bear would look at your hands and feel secondhand pity. Our superpower was never brute force. It was attention. We noticed. We copied. We warned each other. We shared. We remembered. Then somewhere at the edge of the camp, another animal appeared. A wolf-like creature, hungry, careful, watching the fire. Maybe it came for scraps. Maybe it learned that humans were dangerous, but also wasteful. Bones, fat, leftovers, good business. And humans noticed something too. That animal heard the forest before they did, smelled danger before they did, moved through the dark like it had the premium version of reality. At first, the relationship was practical. You help us. We tolerate you. Very romantic. Very ancient. But that was not the whole story. If animals were only tools, humans would have treated them like tools and left it there. We didn't. We buried them. We made space for them. We let them cross a line that most wild animals never crossed. The line between outside and inside, between threat and companion, between it and someone. One of the oldest known dog burials comes from Bonn Oberkassel in Germany, around 14,200 years ago. A young dog was buried with humans. That detail matters. Somebody cared enough to place that animal into the human story of death. Think about that for a second. 14,000 years ago, someone may have looked at a dog and thought, you belong with us. That is not cute. That is huge, because belonging may be the oldest hunger we have. Food matters. Shelter matters. Safety matters. But after those, there is this other thing, the need to be with, to not face the dark alone, and maybe that is where the pet begins. Not as decoration, as company against the dark. That sounds dramatic, but honestly, look at a dog during a thunderstorm and tell me ancient fear is gone from the world. It is still here. It just has better flooring now. Dogs became experts in us. If you have a dog, you already know this. Your dog studies you like a detective who failed police academy but kept the obsession. It knows the difference between your going to the kitchen walk and your going to the kitchen where the snacks live walk. It knows the sound of the leash, the sound of the fridge, the emotional tone of your footsteps. It knows when you are sad before you have built the sentence in your own head. And dogs are not guessing randomly. Research has shown that the gaze between dogs and their humans can increase oxytocin, a hormone connected to bonding and trust. In plain English, your dog looks at you, your body responds, and suddenly this animal has hacked a system older than language, no TED Talk, no emotional intelligence course. Just eyes, that is almost rude. And then there are cats. Cats came into our lives with a completely different attitude. Dogs joined the human camp like, "What are we doing today, boss?" Cats seem to have entered human civilization like, "I see you have grain, rodents, warm corners, and poor boundaries. I can work with this." Early farming communities attracted mice. Mice attracted wildcats. Humans liked fewer mice. Wildcats liked easy meals. Nobody signed a contract, but a relationship formed. In Cyprus, archaeologists found a human buried near a cat around 9,500 years ago. So this thing between humans and cats is not some modern internet illness. It is old, very old. And cats teach a different lesson. A dog gives you devotion with fireworks. A cat gives you consent. A cat chooses, slowly, suspiciously. Sometimes after judging your entire bloodline from the top of a cabinet, but when a cat finally curls up near you, it feels earned. You have been approved by a tiny, warm, mysterious landlord. Respect. So I want to start a gentle fight in the comments. Are you dog people, cat people, or are you the kind of person who will emotionally attach to any animal that looks at you during a weak moment? Comment, dog, cat, or I have no defense. Because the animal we love often says something about the kind of love we are hungry for. Some people want the explosion of a dog, the celebration, the "you came back from the mailbox and I thought history had ended" kind of love. Some people want the chosen closeness of a cat, quiet, careful, a little arrogant, fine, but honest. Some people just need another living thing in the room. No performance, no judgment, just breathing nearby. That is the part we underestimate. Humans were not built to live as isolated brains with Wi-Fi. For most of our history, being alone too long was dangerous. Not poetic dangerous, actually dangerous. If you were alone, you had no backup, no witness, no shared warmth, no one to hear you if something moved in the grass. So loneliness is not just a sad mood. The body can treat it like a threat. Your modern brain knows you are sitting in an apartment with locked doors and a phone charger. An older part of you is still asking, where is everyone? Where is the tribe? Where is the sound of someone else moving? Where is the safe body near mine? Then a pet walks in, warm, demanding. Real, that matters. A pet gives your nervous system proof that you are not alone in the room. Not advice. Thank God, not everything happens for a reason, which should be banned from human grief. Not a lecture about mindset, just presence. Presence is underrated because it does not sound impressive. It does not sell well as a course. You can't package it easily. But presence is medicine. A dog sleeping near the door. A cat on your chest. A bird making noise in the morning like it has personal news for the entire neighborhood. A rabbit chewing something it absolutely should not chew. These small things pull you back into the world. They create routine, food, water, walk, clean, play, sit, wait, agony tomorrow. And when your mind is a mess, routine can hold the floor under you. You may not want to get out of bed, but the dog needs to go out. You may feel useless, but someone needs breakfast. You may feel invisible, but a cat is screaming at 6:12 in the morning like a tiny unpaid manager. Someone needs me. That sentence can save a person. If your pet has ever helped you survive a day you did not want to face, comment this. They were there. Just that. No explanation unless you want to. People who know will know. Here is the thing that gets me. Pets see the unedited version. Your friends see the social version. Your coworkers see the functional version. Social media sees the version with lighting, angle, caption, and a small lie. Your pet sees the real show. It sees you crying. It sees you eating standing up. It sees you talking to yourself like you are both lawyer and defendant. It sees the weird dance you do when nobody is home. It sees you promise to change your life on Monday and then order fries on Tuesday. And it stays. That is not a small emotional detail. Human love often comes wrapped in language, and language is amazing, but language also ruins a lot of things. We explain too much, hide too much, defend ourselves, perform, misread, overthink, send the message, regret the message, delete the message, send a worse message. Animals skip that whole circus. They do not need your story. They respond to your presence. You do not have to convince a dog that your pain is valid. You do not have to impress a cat with your career. You do not have to be interesting enough for your pet. You just have to be there. And maybe that is why people say pets are family. Some people hear that and roll their eyes. Let them. Family is not only blood. Sometimes blood does a terrible job, by the way. Family is repeated care, shared routine, memory, recognition. Someone knowing the sound of you coming home. A pet becomes family because it becomes part of the rhythm. The key in the door, the bowl, the spot on the couch, the walk at the same time. The little habits nobody else would understand. The animal knows your seasons. New job, lost job, breakup, moving boxes, grief, recovery, bad haircut, new hope, same old mistake. It watches you become different versions of yourself. And that kind of witness becomes love. If this is the kind of reflection you came here for, subscribe to the channel. Not in that empty smash the button way. I mean it simply. This channel is for people who like looking at ordinary things and asking why they hit so hard. And if you want to support the channel more closely, consider becoming a member. It helps keep these videos researched, personal, and worth making. Now back to the animal in the room. Modern life made pets even more important because modern life is strange. We live close to millions of people and still feel alone. We can message anyone and somehow avoid everyone. We work from rooms, date through apps, talk in emojis, and maintain friendships with "we should catch up soon," which often means maybe in another lifetime. Our lives are full of contact, but not always full of connection. Then the pet becomes an anchor. It has smell, weight, breath, needs. A dog does not care that your brain is busy. It wants the walk. A cat does not care that you have a deadline. It will sit on the laptop because the laptop is warm, and apparently your plans are negotiable. The pet interrupts the machine. It pulls you from the screen back into the room. That may sound small until you realize how much of modern life is designed to keep you out of the room, out of your body, out of the present moment. Always scrolling, comparing, planning, remembering, worrying. The animal lives right now, painfully right now, food now, door now, play now, nap now. There is wisdom in that. Annoying wisdom, but wisdom. A walk with a dog is sunlight, air, movement, smell, street weather, the old man on the corner, the tree you never noticed, the neighbor's dog that your dog has beef with for reasons nobody can prove. A cat purring beside you is not productivity. It will not improve your quarterly goals. Good, not everything valuable needs to improve your quarterly goals. That is one of the sickest ideas modern life sold us, that every good thing must become useful.
The more he thought,
Pets resist
the tighter
that
the
they
mess
are
became.
useful. Yes, but that is not why we love them. We love them because they exist with us. But now I have to turn the light a little. Because this love has a shadow, and we should be honest about it. The same bond that heals us can be sold back to us. The pet industry is enormous. Food, toys, vet care, grooming, training, insurance, clothes, beds, cameras, supplements, birthday cakes, luxury services. Some of this is care, real care. Animals need good food, medical attention, safe environments, enrichment, but the market knows where humans are soft. Guilt, fear, love, the message becomes quiet, but you can feel it. If you love your pet, buy more. If you really care, upgrade. If your dog is family, shouldn't he have the premium thing, the special thing, the thing with the calming lavender, and a price that makes you briefly see your ancestors? Look, I am not judging. If your dog has a birthday party, fine. If your cat has a better bed than you, I understand. If you bought a costume and the animal looked at you with pure betrayal, that is between you and God. The problem is not spending money. The problem starts when consumption replaces understanding. When the animal becomes a place where we dump loneliness, status, guilt, and unmet needs. When the pet stops being a living creature and becomes a mirror. That is where love can get confused. A dog is not a small human with paws. A cat is not a mysterious roommate who should adapt to all your emotional emergencies. Animals have their own needs, their own instincts, their own limits, their own ways of feeling safe. Real love learns the animal. A dog may love you and still need structure, movement, training, smells, boundaries, patience. A cat may love you and still need territory, hiding places, quiet, hunting play, and the sacred right to refuse your affection at the exact moment you need it most. Rude but fair. If we love animals only for the comfort they give us, we may miss who they actually are. And who they are is the best part. The weird habits, the strange preferences, the way your dog spins before lying down, the way your cat stares into an empty corner like it has seen the final truth and decided not to share, the way a bird chooses one object in the house as its enemy, the way a rabbit can look innocent while planning property damage. Comment one weird habit your pet has that reminds you, yeah, you are not human. Those comments are always better than anything I could write because pets are funny in a way that breaks the seriousness of human life. And we need that too. We are so heavy. Humans are heavy creatures. We carry memory, shame, ambition, fear, nostalgia, resentment, hope, all of it all day. We turn everything into meaning until even a short reply feels like a psychological event. Then an animal sneezes weird and the spell breaks. You laugh. For 5 seconds, life is not a thesis that is valuable. Maybe this is why we keep choosing them. They bring us back to simple things without making those things feel stupid. Food, sleep, touch, outside, warmth, play, return the basics. We keep trying to become advanced, but the animal keeps reminding us that the basics are not beneath us. They are the floor. And when a pet dies, that floor cracks. People who have never loved an animal sometimes say, "It was just a pet." That sentence is useless. Worse than useless, because the loss is not only the animal, it is the routine, the sound, the little shadow following you, the place where they slept, the bowl you still look at for no reason, the reflex of opening the door carefully, the silence after a noise that used to happen every day. A pet leaves holes in the schedule. That is one of the cruelest parts. Grief does not only live in the heart, it lives in Tuesday morning. It lives at feeding time. It lives when you drop a piece of food and nobody comes running. That is when you understand the size of the presence, not when it was there, when it stops being there. And still, people do it again. After the pain, after swearing they will never go through that again, many people open the door to another animal. Why? Because love is not rational in the clean way we pretend decisions should be rational. We know the ending and still choose the story. That may be the most human thing about pets. They teach us a kind of love that comes with a built-in goodbye, and we accept it, not because we are foolish, because the years matter, the morning greetings matter, the warm wait beside you matters, the ridiculous moments matter. The animal that made one terrible season survivable matters. So why do we always need to have a pet? Some people don't, and that is fine. Not everyone should have one. Animals are not emotional accessories. They need time, money, patience, space, care. Love without responsibility becomes selfish very fast. But as humans, as a species, we keep returning to animals because they meet something old in us. They helped us face the dark outside the fire. Now they help us face the dark inside the apartment. They remind us that connection does not always need words. They remind us that care is usually boring and repetitive, which is exactly why it is real. They remind us that another living being can know your rhythms without understanding your explanations. And maybe that is enough. Before you leave, write the name of an animal you never forgot. A childhood dog. A cat that chose you. A bird that sang every morning. A horse. A rabbit. A pet that stayed for years. One that stayed for a month. One you met once and somehow still remember. Let the comments become a small place for them, not sad. Grateful, share this with someone who has an animal they love, or someone who still misses one. Subscribe if you want more videos like this, where science, behavior, history, and ordinary life get pulled apart a little. And if you want to help the channel keep going, becoming a member is one of the most direct ways to support the work behind these stories. Now go look at your pet. If one is near you, really look. It does not know your whole life. It does not understand every word. It cannot fix what hurts. But it knows you came home. And sometimes, for one tired human animal, that is enough.